And do you think media organizations or social media platforms should be accountable for the role, for being platforms for incitement?
I believe that when it comes to broadcast television, like Fox News, these are subject to federal law, federal regulation in terms of what's allowed on air and what isn't. And when you look at what Tucker Carlson and some of these other folks on Fox do, it is very, very clearly incitement of violence. Very clearly incitement of violence. And that is the line that I think we have to be willing.
Yes, very clearly her opinion, but not asserted with factual evidence. Apparently, this interview took place over this past weekend, leading some to the speculation that it could have somehow been causative of Tucker's canning on Fox News. Elon Musk finally calls out this hyper-partisan Ed Krasenstein, asking, "Are you ever critical of someone on the left?" when he celebrates the axing of Tucker Carlson, likely one of the most influential individuals from the mainstream media standpoint in our country's recent history. So I'm over here on Band, and Alex brings up a great point about how Jen Psaki, with their weekend show, had on AOC, and they were opining on the Fox News defamation settlement. He shows that apparently AOC was calling for Tucker Carlson's cancellation. An individual named Clandestine said this: "CNN and MSNBC ratings are in the tank. Fox News just signed their own warrant, and now the majority of Americans already get the news from independent journalism on social media. Today will be known as the day the legacy media officially passed. We are the news now." Also in this context, it's noted that in recent times, Tucker had allowed Jimmy Dore to come on the show. Jimmy Dore, a comedian, is a painful thorn in the side of the DNC due to his rather realistic, populist, progressive take on topics that is very deliberately anti-establishment and reflecting his own independent thought. So many on the left recognize him as like a voice to follow. That's creating a problem for the Borg. Folks are canceling their Fox Nation subscriptions left and right. Coincidentally, Don Lemon was also left off as CNN's left-wing host. It has been known that CNN changed management and recently downsized quite a bit. So Don's axing today isn't really a big surprise, but that was the same day as Tucker Carlson is suggestive. Alex's theory is that the power, that is the executives and the board of directors that are communicating with one another across different networks, may have coordinated all of this to tone down political rhetoric, I guess in time for 2024. 19 hours ago, George notes, "It's finally Monday. Observe what happens now over the next few days. They're going to attack those they fear the most. Who? Well, for starters, and at a very tippy top of their list, Marco Polo. But guess what? Something I can't even say on this platform, but you can read it there. Nothing. So there could be something that media operatives from George Magazine have become aware of. I'll tell you that things are beginning to make a bit more sense to me. A lot of the things implied or otherwise hinted at on this channel concerning military intelligence and or white hats within the state is showing ever more realistic and less subtle signs that there is physicality there, that there is a fifth generational information war within a government, perhaps within many governments. I'll expand further.
In a world of chaos and a time of darkness, when evil is set to prevail.
Again, without confirming the validity of the documents, this is information that has no business in the public domain. It has no business, if you don't mind me saying, on the pages of front pages of newspapers or on television. It is not intended for public consumption, and it should not be out there.
In a quest for the key, on an epic journey when every step could be your last. The destination? A place no maps can show. And every friend could turn against you. But do you have the vision to find that pathway?
T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
Go for orbiter APU start. CLC, perform APU start. SRO
SRS, so you have a range clear launch.
and CDR.
CDR and entire crew is go. Okay, Scooter, well, look, it's a great day to go fly.
Oh, what is this about? And so, it's kind of funny. And it became clear to me, and I go into great detail in the book, how I was, met by two people who I believe, as best as I can tell, they never told me, are with an organization called believe it or not, the MCIA. It's called the Marine Corps Intelligence Activity Department. And I don't even know that I published that in the book. Oh, what the heck. And one of them had on the United States Marine Watch. And when all this was going on, they literally, broke into where I was and made sure I was okay.